absolute pleasure to welcome Luke McDermott to our show. Westerlo native, won the gold with Team USA Sled Hockey at the Paralympics, and phenomenal story here. Served 2 tours of duty with the Marine Corps in Afghanistan, had both legs amputated below the knee after he was injured by the IED when on patrol in Afghanistan in 2010, and he joins our program this morning here on Big Board Sports on 104.5 the Team ESPN Radio. Luke McDermott, Roger Weiland, Chris Honorato, good morning.
Hey, guys, how are you?
We're great. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks.
Are you good? I'm sorry, I lost you there for a second. Luke, just talk about the experience and that gold medal. I mean, everybody wants to win gold, man, and you were able to do it.
Yeah, it was, it was a crazy experience, to say the least. Going through the game, Canada was up early, 1-0 in the first period. We were feeling pretty good because we were getting chances. We were moving the puck well. We were getting shots on net. But 2 periods go by, and we get into the third period, and it's like, all right, we haven't scored yet, and it gets down to the last minute or whatever. We pull our goalie for the extra attacker, and it's really a sense of urgency then because we only have a minute and a half left, before the Paralympic dream is over. And I remember one of the craziest things I've ever seen, I may ever see in sports, is Canada tip the puck up, and I saw the guy had some space for the empty net. I figured he was going to put it in. It was going to be a 2-0 lead for Canada, and, that would have been it for us. But miraculously, he hit the post, and then, we went down about 15 seconds later and scored the game-tying goal with 37 seconds left, and then came back in about 3 minutes in overtime. So it was an insane game. It was an insane finish. I wouldn't want to be part of really any other game. I mean, you always, as a kid, you always dream of, the big games, whether it's World Series Game 7 or NBA Finals, whatever it is. And it being a gold medal game of the Paralympics and to win it in overtime was something special for sure.
It gets no better. Luke, when were you first introduced to sled hockey, and how difficult is doing what you do?
When I was going through my physical rehab down in the Center for the Intrepid in San Antonio, Texas in 2010, my physical therapist asked me if I wanted to try sled hockey. And I said to him, I was like, I have no idea what that is. I've never heard of it, but I'll give it a shot because I figure at the very least it'll help me get some of my strength back as I try to recover from my injury. And I went out and I was horrible at it, just like everybody is. I couldn't stay upright. I couldn't stick handle. I couldn't shoot the puck. I couldn't do anything. I almost stopped coming out because it was so difficult, and it wasn't really that fun if you're not that good at it. But one of my teammates on the national team, who was a teammate on the San Antonio team, Rico Roman, he told me, just keep coming out, and as you get better, you'll enjoy it more. And he was right. I kept coming out. I kept getting better at it, and I ended up falling in love with the sport. But it's like any other sport. It takes a lot of work, a lot of dedication, and it's pretty difficult to get used to for sure.
Luke McDermott from Westerlo and now a gold medalist with the Paralympics sled hockey team. And Luke, you had never played hockey before this, right? So it wasn't like you were used to just taking slap shots, having a strong wrist shot. I mean, you had never played the sport before on skates, and now here you are on a sled trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, along with not knowing how to play sled hockey and not, knowing how to use the equipment and all that stuff, I didn't know the game at all. I mean, you could have told me I was offsides and I wouldn't have known how, I watched it growing up. I've been a lifelong Rangers fan, so I watched the game, but, I didn't really understand much of the rules or anything like that. So there was a huge learning curve for me, too, to learn all the rules, all the concepts, all the schemes of hockey, too. So it was kind of an extra learning curve for me.
Luke, when you got back to the States in 2010 and you're rehabbing in San Antonio, I'm guessing winning gold is like one of the greatest highs of your life. How low did you get when you realized, the extent of your injury, and then two, how life would never be the same and the road back you had in rehab?
I think everybody kind of goes through a period, where they're trying to process everything that happened. For me, it was actually pretty quick. I remember I was in the hospital. I looked down, and at the time I was only missing my right leg. We had yet to amputate the left. And I remember thinking there's only really two ways to handle this. I can either get down on myself and, feel bad for myself for what happened, or I can say, hey, this happened. It's time to move on. I got to accept it, make the best of it. And I kind of took the Marines mentality, and I said adapt and overcome. I said, all right, this is my injury. This is how I'm going to deal with it. And now I got to push forward to help get better and push through my rehab so I can learn how to walk again.
Luke, with what you just said, do you cringe when you hear some of these stories about some of these athletes today that complain an awful lot?
Not really, because I know everybody's got their own thing. I try to remember that. We only see a little bit of what people go through, and you never know what people are dealing with internally or throughout their lives. Because I know one thing that happens with me a lot is, especially when I was going through rehab, I kind of try to, put on a smiling face, but it wasn't always easy. I had a lot of difficult days. And if you just looked at me, you would think I was handling it fine and, everything was great, but there were some difficult days. So I don't blame some of those guys at all.
What's next for you now, Luke? What's next?
Hopefully Beijing in 2022. We have to try out for the national team every year, so we're going to have tryouts again in July here in Buffalo. Hopefully I'll be lucky enough to make the team again and then continue on for at least another 4 years. This experience is awesome, and, we had a great group of guys. We won't have the same guys back. I know some guys are hanging up the skates or moving on to other things, but, I hope to be on for another 4 years. It'd be quite the honor.
Luke McDermott with us here on Big Board Sports 104.5 The Team, ESPN Radio, Westerlo native. Luke, we know you played baseball and basketball at BKW. You're a Yankees fan. High expectations this year, man. What do you think about this team Brian Cashman has put together and making Aaron Boone the manager?
It's going to be an exciting year. The addition of Giancarlo Stanton, I don't think there's a New Yorker around that's upset about that one. And then you add Gary Sanchez and Aaron Judge along with the newcomers coming up. The trade of Brian Drury is pretty nice, too. So it's an exciting young team, an exciting young rotation. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully they build on their success that they had last year.
Yeah, now they just have to figure out who's playing first base with Greg Bird out 6 to 8 weeks with a surgery on his ankle that he's having today. But you're right, Luke. The expectations as high as ever, and if they don't get to the World Series, I don't think the Yankee fans will be happy this year. That's for sure.
True.
Luke, I really appreciate it. Great story. Congrats on the gold, and good luck, man. Go defend that title in a couple years.
All right, we'll do.
Thank you for all you've done, man.
Thanks,
Semper
Luke.
Fi.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.